So I am trying out this YouTube live thing. I've never done it before. That is what we're doing on a Saturday afternoon. We're just hanging out reading Peek a Baby. It's one of Stanley's favorite books because there's pop-up pages, so that's pretty exciting. So yeah, we're just chilling. I had a easy run this morning, and now I am just relaxing, trying to get ready for a long run tomorrow. I've never done this YouTube live thing before, so I actually am on here because I wanted to know if there's a way to have questions being asked that I could then answer. Let's see, live chat. That's what I want. All right, I think I put that on. So if you're joining and want to ask me any questions, I'm basically here just to answer some questions and see what you guys are up to. Yeah, I'm still, there we go. Somebody's saying hi to Stanley, so let's turn around. Stanley, it's Talbot saying hi. Can you wave, Stanley? Can you say hi to all your fans? Thank you, yes. Any tips for post-race? I guess, you know, post-race I like to do, I like to just relax, eat some local food, hang out, get a massage a lot of times. Yeah, that's what I would do. My mileage right now is above 100, which is really good for me. I'm happy with that going into Chicago. And yeah, hopefully it's high enough. My main goal this year is to just get, just try to build that mileage in the legs. You know, I'm not going to have any spectacular races, I would say, this year. You know, I thought, you know, maybe I could have some really phenomenal races, but it's more this year about just getting the miles in the legs, getting some learning experience in on, you know, how to race and how to race on tired legs and just get the body callous to running that high mileage. So let's see. Have I ever had shin splints? I haven't actually had. I need some wood now to knock on. I haven't had any huge troubles with shin splints in the past. I have had, you know, some, oh my goodness, what have I done? How do I go back to YouTube? What did I do?
Did you click out of it?
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm really new to this thing. All right, let's see. Go back to the questions. When will we post more videos of dinners? Yes, that will be coming up very shortly. 2019 goals will be, you know, I'll probably do another marathon just to get ready for the, you know, the trials are early in 2020, so it'll probably be hard to do 2 marathons that year. Where did all the questions go? You guys, I'm sorry, I'm really bad at this. Okay. What else?
That's pretty nice.
You guys, I'm reading your stuff. What's for dinner tonight? Tonight we're doing tonight we're doing just a normal something I do before we're having dinner of what I normally have before my race because of you know, I'm having a long run tomorrow, so I want to just keep that keep my stomach used to eating what I'm used to. More recipe videos are coming soon. Pat did one that's coming up that's like an anti-inflammatory recovery drink, which I really like. My easy run today was just 9 miles. And my long run tomorrow, I'm going to go for 2.5 hours, hopefully pretty hard. It's kind of how I feel, but it's one of my key sessions right now. My favorite recipe from Run Fast, Eat Slow is definitely Shalane's kale miso farro salad. I'm doing Chicago mainly because Jerry chose it for me. But, you know, I'm really happy with that race. You know, it's men and women run together, so there will be a lot of people to run with. I won't really be isolated at any point, or shouldn't be. And, you know, it's a pretty flat course. It's also near my hometown, which is really exciting, just to be able to be that close to home so that, you know, friends and family can kind of see what this new marathon thing is all about. And I know my finger keeps getting on the screen, but that's because I'm trying to read these messages, and I don't know how to do it without getting my finger on there. What age did you start to take training more seriously? I swam competitively from like age 8. And, you know, I didn't probably say, you know, I was pretty serious back then, swimming twice a day a lot, but I didn't get into triathlon until after college, and then I didn't get into running until just recently. How can I run like you? Put in the miles. What is Stan's favorite go-to snack? Stanley, what's your favorite go-to snack?
What is it? What is it, do you think?
Blue cheese, but he hasn't had blue cheese lately. Maybe, what do you think?
He really likes yogurt.
Yeah, he does like yogurt.
He likes milk from the bottle, which we're trying to get him off of the bottle.
Off the bottle, yeah, but he refuses to drink it out of a sippy cup. He just throws the sippy cup like it's any different, but it tastes the same. Will you release a cookbook with Shalane and Patrick? Shalane, we gotta ask Shalane on that one. Everyone's seeing our message. Yeah. I don't have a goal time yet for Chicago. It's more just trying to, we'll come up with a goal time before the race. You know, something I learned from doing New York was just to respect the distance. So we're definitely going to come up with a goal time before Chicago, but we're still kind of seeing how that goes based on training. Favorite place to run at altitude? I'd like to say Falls Creek or, but that's not probably high enough. It's in Australia. I also really enjoyed Flagstaff when I was there. I am using a phone right now. Is that my problem? Am I not supposed to be using a phone for this YouTube live thing, Emily? I can use all the tips you can give me. When will I start tapering for Chicago? Yeah, you guys are running it too. Oh, I hope, Randy, you and Sarah do well. I actually only have like one more super high mileage week, and then I'll start cutting back. So like the last 3 or 4 weeks, I'll start cutting back mileage, but the intensity will actually get a little bit higher as I cut back those miles. What do I do to overcome those days when you're having self-doubt? Yeah, I mean, you know, I definitely have days where I'm like, what am I doing? This is really hard. You know, can I do this still? But, you know, I go back and I keep a journal and I look at that journal, and for me, I write down something I do well every day, and I know that if I'm doing things well every day with intent, that I will, I'm on the right track and I'll continue to improve. That random noise is Stanley. Do you love that toy? Where's my makeup? I don't wear makeup. I don't own any makeup, actually. I don't think I need it, do I? My long run pace, people are asking, it just kind of depends how I'm feeling. You know, I think sometimes a good gauge, if you want to have a long run as a workout, try to average, you know, maybe around a minute per mile slower than maybe what your race goal pace is. Patrick, when will you be auditioning for the next Food Network star?
Hopefully this fall.
Oh, this fall. Wow, that's pretty quick. Oof. My longest run so far has been pretty long. I think I had definitely over 24 miles. Hasn't been 26. I mean, I guess I did the New York City Marathon, but it's a lot longer than my 16-mile run that I did before New York. My slow and recovery run, something that I've been doing lately, is not looking at my watch. You know, sometimes I can be running over 9-minute pace, and sometimes it's 7-minute pace, and it just varies based on how my training has been going and how I'm feeling and how I'm recovering. My favorite workout, it's hard to ask now that I'm switched to running, but when I was in triathlon, my favorite workout was a running workout, and it was 6x1K with equal recovery. Do I cook? Pat, do I cook?
You haven't cooked for me for a while.
Well, I made mac and cheese the other day for you, and I made my oatmeal bake.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
I made my oatmeal bake this morning. How do I deal with nerves? Yeah, you know, I would say for nerves, I'm going to go back to what I just said earlier about a journal. Keep a journal, write down things you do well every day, build confidence off of that journal. You can go back and see what you did well and read and know that you've put in all this work, and hopefully that helps. Let's see. I eat my last meal before training. I actually have a pretty hard stomach. If it's just an easy run, I can eat a half an hour before, especially in the morning when I have oatmeal. My stomach's very used to that, so I can eat oatmeal and be running within a half an hour. Favorite place to run? It's probably when I was in the Basque Country, and there's this place, Salbarua. It was this 6-kilometer flat, beautiful trail basically in the middle of the city, but it was just beautiful and easy to run there. I did a lot of runs there. Favorite place to travel? Well, I've always wanted to go to Thailand, but I've never been there. My favorite place that I've been that I want to go back to is Japan. A lot of people are asking me if I'm ever going to do a triathlon again. Pat?
I wouldn't hold your breath.
Stanley, what do you think? Do you think Mom's going to do a triathlon again? Or do you not care?
Because I'm busy with this block here, guys.
Yeah. Am I running a half before Chicago? Probably not. It's crazy. I haven't done many races during this training block, and I'm just so fatigued. I don't even know if I'm that excited to run because I'm so fatigued and run down. And, I'm really just enjoying right now putting in the work and having it focused for that one race and see how it pays off. I know a lot of times, that's how the big Olympic and world champs go as well. You put your head down, you work, you're not really racing a lot, and you come in and you have to have that one good performance. Which hurt more, giving birth or Olympic gold? Definitely giving birth. Oh my goodness, Stanley, that was not pleasant, was it? You just can't train for giving birth. You can't train. And in racing, you try to a lot of times train harder in practice than you do for the race. So anyway, just reading your questions, guys. Do I ever have days where I rest completely or cross train? I do have days when I take days completely off. It's not common at all for me, but a lot of times if I maybe feel an injury coming on or something, I'll take a day off, and a lot of times that's a complete day off because I think, even swimming or cycling can sometimes annoy niggles that I may have. And then in the off season, like after Chicago, I'll probably take a few weeks off, at least, a couple days of not running. I have been to Spain. Hello, Mario. I've been in the Basque region a lot, and I really enjoy it there. How can you improve your heart rate? I'd say, just keep training. If you keep training, you'll train your body to, even if you're going really slow, eventually you'll be able to go faster. Maybe try some intervals. So some days go to the track or just do a fartlek, which is speed play. So just do like a minute hard, a minute easy, 30 seconds hard, 30 seconds easy, and that will help build up your fitness and hopefully bring your heart rate down. Well, it'll obviously go up when you're doing the hard stuff, but then it'll hopefully bring your easy days heart rate down. I'm not swimming much. A lot of times now if I get in the water, it's just to flush out the legs and feel a little bit, just feel better. It's normally not me getting in and hammering out a big session. I do think swimming helps with recovery. A lot of times right now it's just about like the balance of trying to get enough miles in and saving that energy for maybe things that a lot of times I don't have energy to just get in the pool. Is deep dish actually pizza? I think so. It's just a different type of pizza. Gosh, is it annoying, you guys? Because I'm holding this on my hand and I keep bouncing it up and down. I hope not. I hope it's not making anyone sick. Stanley, are you coming to Chicago? Stanley? Stanley, are you coming to Chicago?
Can you say hi?
You are coming to Chicago. Yeah. He's very excited to come to Chicago.
I think you got something in your mouth.
He's got a poop.
I think.
I saw him pooping. Uh-oh, you guys. I may have to stop soon. Dad, do you need reinforcement? Say, Dad, you got this. The life of being a parent. Favorite thing to do outside of running, besides hanging out with Stanley and my family, is I really enjoy trying new foods, going out to eat, trying foods that I've never had before.
What about mountain biking?
Yeah, well, I'd rather bike with you guys. Okay, Stanley hates getting his diaper changed. He thinks it's torture. He thinks it's torture. It's okay, sweetie. Oh boy.
You're fine.
How do I manage to sleep? Oh, you're okay, sweetie. Sweetie. 1 second.
You're fine.
I managed to sleep with a baby because, one, Patrick's a huge help. He does a lot of the night shifts. He basically does all the night shifts now that I've stopped breastfeeding, so it's a lot easier now. And Stanley's a pretty good sleeper, I think. Oh boy, it smells. Stanley, it's okay.
You're fine, big guy.
Almost done, yeah. Good job. That was a little boring break for you guys, I'm sure. Favorite smoothie recipe from Run Fast Eat Slow is the new cookbook. Sweetie, it's okay. It's okay. It's the peachy green one. It has mint in it and peaches, and I actually thought I wasn't gonna like it because it's a lot of mint, but it's one of Patrick and my favorites, especially in the summertime.
Well, I think that's
How do you what?
better now.
How do you deal with negative people? So, I think for me, one of the greatest gifts that athletics has given me is just confidence in myself. And so, I like to surround myself with people who will make me a better person. That's a big reason why I love the Bowerman Track Club so much, is they're just amazing, just really good human beings. And so, surround yourself with those people. And if there's people that are being negative, I like to just ignore them. I have enough confidence in myself that I don't need approval from those other people. It's easier said than done. And I think, it's something that took a lot of time for me to learn that. But it's one of the greatest gifts I really do think that sport has given me. My favorite nut butter, I think I like peanut butter the most out of all of them.
What about just peanut butter?
What did I say?
You said you like all of them, but...
Peanut butter. Oh, thanks. You love the picture on our wall behind us? Yeah. It's the only picture we have hanging. I keep telling Patrick we need to hang more photos, and we just don't.
Let's be done with that. Let's just stand here. Here, check this out. I know you just gotta be so careful.
When is Pat making his comeback? Pat, when are you making your comeback?
To what? Come back to what?
Well, I'm assuming cycling.
Yeah.
Stanley, come here, sweetie. Sweetie.
Sweetheart, I took the laptop away. I'm a bad dad. I took the laptop away. Come here. Say hi.
Let's see.
That's so nice.
My favorite fruit. What do you think my favorite fruit is, Pat? Is banana a fruit?
Yeah.
I have a banana every single day, but I don't know if that's my favorite, because I really like blackberries and blueberries. Now that I'm from Oregon, I should say Marionberry is my favorite. I don't know if I'm having a meet and greet in Chicago. Would you guys come to one if it's post-race? Asking because pre-race, a lot of times I like to fly in last minute, get the good training in back home. You fly in, and then once I get there, it's just focused. And I have to do a press conference and things like that. So being on the feet, a lot of times I find that just can take something out of the race. So I'd be happy to do one post-race if you guys would be willing to do that post-race. Pat, somebody's dying to know, are you dropping megawatts on the bike?
Big time.
Big time.
Every other day.
How big? What's your max?
It's a lot.
He says it's a lot. Don't know if I trust him. Doing mountain ultra later in life. Ooh, you guys have never seen me on a mountain bike. I'm pretty
That's a mountain running.
Oh, it's mountain running. Yeah. Oh, maybe. I think for me, really, what I'm motivated by in sport is the Olympics and being motivated by that. So, if they make it an Olympic sport, 10% rule to quickly build up mileage. Victor, I think, when you build up mileage, the question is weekly 10% rule something to live by when wanting to quickly build up mileage? Is it okay to be more aggressive? I think there's so many factors that go into that. I think early on you need to be super cautious. Sometimes I even think those early weeks, 10% is too much. And I also think it depends on, have you gone up to that high mileage before? So, if you've your whole life, for the past 20 years been running 100 miles a week, and you had an injury or you took, some downtime and you're coming back, increasing by 10% or a little bit more is probably okay because your body's used to it. But if you're trying to reach a new peak mileage, 10% I think can be a little too aggressive. And, a lot of times I like to stay at one mileage for 2 or 3 weeks and then increase and, give that body some time to adjust. Reading all your stuff. Tips for reintegrating running after having a baby. Yeah, so, I took quite a few weeks off. I think I took 7 weeks off total. And for me, when I started back, I was doing run walk. So the great thing I think about having a baby is, I would go for a walk every single day with Stanley and push him in the stroller. And that was just, to get the body moving. My body wasn't ready to run for quite a bit of time. And when I was able to run, Pat?
Yep.
Can you come get Stanley? He's going up the stairs.
Yep.
When I was able to run, I started with run walk. So it was like a minute run, 4-minute walk 4 times. So, it was very slow and, it feels like it's taking forever to get back. But it actually goes quite quickly when you look back in hindsight. So Stanley likes to crawl up the stairs. Pat got him off, but I keep asking Pat to put up the gates, and he thinks that it'll just draw more attention, and so now we just always have to have a very keen eye on Stanley. Are there events where there's just swimming and running? It's called an aquathon. There's not many of them, but sometimes you can find little local events where it's a swim run. Aw, thanks, Steve. Saying I'm a cool mom. I don't know if he'll think that when he gets older, but more foot videos and strength videos. Yes, I need to get on that for sure. What was the reason I switched to marathon? So, Dominic, I really, I felt like I achieved everything I wanted to achieve in triathlon, and now I wanted a new challenge, and I felt like I hadn't reached my potential in running. I felt like I was still improving in running, and the Olympic marathon is something that's such an iconic Olympic event. It's been in the Olympics since the very first modern Olympics. And then the first time the women ran the marathon in the Olympics, it was an American woman who won, Joan Benoit. So there's just so many cool things about the about the marathon that made it really exciting for me as well. I feel like that distance, it's similar, it's a little bit longer, but similar distance to the distance of an Olympic distance triathlon. So I felt like I had that good cardio for that amount of time switch over. So there's a lot of reasons that I wanted to switch, and I'm really happy about it. I think my progress is going slower than I wanted, but I am being patient and giving myself time. What is for dinner today? I think I answered this, but it's rice and chicken, lemon. It's just our classic one that we have anytime before a race. Sorry, I got distracted. And, I do that because Shalane suggested to me that anytime I have a long run, I should test my gut out and, have that same meal that I'm going to be used to having, just to get the gut used to that. I'm going to see where Patrick and Stanley went. The house is a little bit too quiet. How do I protect my skin when I spend so much time outside? Yeah, I do use sunscreen. You know, I have used Endurance Shield sunscreen. I also wear hats a lot, which I think is very useful. Oh, here's our garage. Stanley loves hanging out in the garage. What is the most motivating thing I've seen on Let's Run? I've never actually, I think I used to go on Let's Run, but I haven't gone on it lately. Oops, yeah? What's up, dude?
Stanley loves being out in the garage.
So someone's scared of not being as fast after they have had a baby, and they heard that it might actually increase performance. So my thoughts are, you know, yes, can I sit there? There's, you know, you get more blood when you have a baby. So your blood volume increases, and you have to, it's, you know, I kind of relate it as well to like when you go to altitude and you have to work harder because you have this living creature inside of you. So
creature.
A baby. And they're taking all these things from you, nutrients and everything. And when they do that, you know, it's harder for you to perform. So you have to work extra hard. So then after you have a baby, yes, you have this extra blood in you. You've been used to working harder. So theoretically, you should be able to go faster, stronger, all these things. But at the same time, you have to take a long recovery. And I definitely think there's such thing as mom strength. So I think, you know, I'm still holding out for having huge mom strength.
Oh, Stanley, I don't want you to pinch your finger.
Do I have any favorite books? I really like autobiographies. So I think right now I'm reading, it's Sacred Hoops. One of my favorite ones was Andrew Agassi's book, Open. Andre?
Yeah.
What did I say?
He said Andrew.
This is why I shouldn't do live things.
Oh. Sorry, big guy. I knocked it out of his hand. Here, let me, here you
go. Pat is Wattage Cottage.
All day.
How often should I change my training shoes? You know, I think, you know, that's a good question. A lot of times I like to look at the bottom of them and see, are they being worn out? How are they being worn out? How do they feel? You know, I really try to change mine out. I have a couple pairs rotating at one time, so like 3 or 4 different types of shoes, like a trainer, a flat, a heavier shoe, a lighter shoe, and I probably change mine out. What would you say, like once a month, Pat? More often?
More often.
More often. I change them out a lot. Any recommendations on jogging strollers? So I went jogging with Stanley once, and it was so hard, wasn't it, Stanley? I was like, it was hard. But this is the one we have over there. We have a Bob. So that's what we use. I think it works well, but, you know, like I said, I have so much respect for moms who run with their babies. It's no joke, Stanley, is it? Say, it's no joke. Cool. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. It's been almost a half an hour, hasn't it, Stan? Do you want to just say thanks, buddy? Can you say bye-bye? Say we loved that you guys you joined us on this adventure. Thank you for being patient. Our first time doing it, and yeah, maybe we'll do it again. I like the Q&A, didn't you, Stan? Yeah, you laughed. All right, say bye-bye. Good job, yeah. All right, bye, everyone. Now I just need to figure out how to stop it.